Hey there guys, welcome to another edition of A Week with the Reviewing Network. This week we take a look at everything that happened between Sunday, January 19th and Friday, January 24th. And for the most part, nothing really too interesting or spectacular happened this week. It was just pretty much a routine week for me. You do get to see some stuff that I took from work, some of the new stuff that we got in at Giant Eagle, and some of the stuff that I bought online the last couple of weeks finally came this week. Somebody who I've been following on YouTube the last year or so gave me a birthday shout-out, which I thought was very interesting. I'll put a link to his channel down in the comments below, and I'll show you the bit in this video. And reacted to some of the news this week, some movie news, some sports news, the big story about Eli Manning retiring, and nothing else more to say. Let's get right on into the week, and starting with something that we haven't had in the wild up here in western Pennsylvania so far this winter: snow. Alright, it's Monday night, technically Tuesday morning, since it's 2 minutes after midnight, but I'm going to say Monday night because I haven't recorded anything today. But before I went to work today, this came in the mail today, the Blu-ray I picked up from Amazon whenever I ordered it from Best Buy on Saturday. So I actually have a copy of the replacements on Blu-ray. It does not have any cracks anywhere like the one that was in the Best Buy bin. I haven't even opened this yet, honestly, because I had to go to work and I just didn't have the time to open it. So there's that. I should be getting some other stuff in the mail tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Or at this rate, you'll see it within the next couple of seconds. Alright, now it's officially Tuesday, and another package from Amazon came today. Let me go ahead and grab the first one here. There's two things in here. And the first thing I have in here is Popeye the Sailor in the 1940s Volume 3, which I didn't know until I bought this that I don't even have Volume 2 of this. I have Volume 1, but I don't have the second volume yet, so I'm going to have to pick that up. At least if I could turn on the light here for a sec. There we go. Now you can see it. So there is that. And yeah, I got to get Volume 2 of this at some point. Let me go ahead and show you the other thing I picked up, because this came out today. And it is the new Addams Family movie, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was pretty good. So there is that. There's the inside. And there is the back. And I should have gotten something else from Best Buy today. I don't know where that is, but if I get it, I'll let you guys know. I want to be a pizza box recycle me. Anyway, as I was about to say, this is that thing that I was expecting from Best Buy. So there we go. There we go. Hey, Zombieland 2, the Best Buy exclusive steelbook. So there is that. And I'll go into this one a little bit later on because I got to get ready for work. So I will see you in a little bit.
Obvious what I got. Before we get started, guys, we got some birthdays. Jamie's Vlogs channel. Happy birthday, Jamie. And last birthday shout out goes through Reviewing Network. Happy belated birthday. Sounds like you got an awesome birthday present. That freaking Game of Thrones box set. Hopefully you enjoy that, man. So happy birthday, you two. Hopefully it was wonderful.
Well, I want to thank Durant Cinema for that birthday shout out. If you don't know who Durant Cinema is, he's a Blu-ray collector who collects, not even a Blu-ray collector, he's a steelbook collector from up in New England who collects a bunch of movies, steelbooks, 4Ks, all that kind of stuff. He's the one that actually got me into buying more steelbooks at Best Buy and all that places. So I found him over the last year or so. He's a really funny guy. I've talked to him on YouTube a lot. Very funny guy, very good, very nice guy. Thanks a lot for the birthday shout out again. I really do appreciate it. And with all that said, let's finally get into Zombieland 2, shall we? I forgot to mention that I will put a link to his channel down in the description below, so definitely check him out. And as usual, I fold the back of this because I want to keep the paper on the side from the back, and it's a very nice looking steelbook. It definitely goes with the other Zombieland steelbook that I picked up last year. Let's go ahead and open this up. Take that out. And that is a really cool looking image on the back of this. The truck with the zombies coming up underneath them. Yeah, like I said, I was a big fan. I like the movie. I don't think it's as good as the first Zombieland movie, but for the most part, I did enjoy it. I think mostly because I was going into this with not that big of an expectation factor. High expectation factor. Yes, I am going to keep that in, but yeah, I didn't go into this with a whole lot of anticipation and excitement because it had been 10 years since the last movie came out, and I don't know, I didn't think it was going to be any good, and surprisingly it was. I was really surprised at the end result of it. I thought it was funny for the most part. Like I said, I don't think it's as good as the first movie, but still recommend the movie if you like the first Zombieland film. And that is a very nice looking steelbook here, and I'm really happy I picked it up. So remember 2 weeks ago when I had the chance to see Knives Out in theaters, but I passed that up to see Like a Boss, and then the movie was out of theaters the week after that? Well, guess what's coming back to theaters this weekend? Yep, Knives Out is coming back to theaters this weekend, so on Saturday, I am definitely checking that out on the big screen. I'm finally going to get to see what everybody talks about. I couldn't believe I missed out on the chance to see this the first time around, but it's coming back to theaters, even though it didn't get a whole lot of Oscar nominations, I think, this year. It only got one, I think, for original screenplay. But, hey, anyway I get a chance to see this, that's good enough for me. Plus, there's nothing else I really want to see that's coming out this weekend. I mean, I could see Just Mercy, but I think I'm going to wait on that one. I am curious about that one, though. Weathering with You has got some promise to it. I think there's like an English version. Yeah, an English version and a Japanese with English subtitles. And then, in terms of new releases, you got The Turning, which just basically looks like a typical bad January horror movie. And then The Gentleman, which I'm hearing a lot of good things about. But when I see the poster looking like this, and the trailer looking a lot like a Kingsman knockoff, that's what I think of. But I mean, who knows? We'll see what happens this weekend when the reviews come out. But my big focus this weekend is getting there to see Knives Out, because I am not going to miss that opportunity again. I cannot believe they actually brought this back. Alright, so now it's Wednesday, the 22nd, well, technically the 23rd on Thursday, because I'm filming this at about 1:30 in the morning, but it's been a weird news day, honestly, all things considered. Like, you go on Twitter, and the big story of the day is that Mr. Peanut is dead. Which, it turns out it's for a Super Bowl commercial, and yeah, chances are he's coming back on February 2nd when the Super Bowl happens, so it's an interesting commercial. If you go to I think it's the Mr. Peanut Twitter page, if you go on YouTube and look for the commercial there, you'll see what everyone's talking about, but Mr. Peanut is technically dead. We'll see how long that lasts, but other than that, it was an interesting kind of day, because Eli Manning announced that he's retiring, and, you know, I don't usually talk about other football teams on here, because, you know, my one team's the Pittsburgh Steelers, but I like the New York Giants, and I like Eli Manning too, and I think that Eli Manning deserves a lot more credit than I think he gets, because when you really think about everything that he did, he got 2 Super Bowls before his brother did, Peyton Manning. But not only that, he's the only quarterback to beat Tom Brady twice in the Super Bowl. He's had a really good career for the most part. I know the last couple of years weren't the best to him, but then again, the Giants organization wasn't really giving him a whole lot to work with, and especially with the last couple of coaches that he's had. But he's going. But they said on Friday that there's going to be a press conference to basically confirmed that it's pretty much over and done with. And God bless him, man. I mean, he doesn't get the credit that I think he deserves. I think he definitely deserves to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. If Peyton Manning can be in there, I think Eli Manning should be in there too. Both of those guys did a lot for the NFL, honestly, and I hope both of them get in at the first time around. And then nothing else I could really think of for the most part. I mean, there's other stuff going around, obviously, but just the stuff that kind of interested me and I thought was kind of amusing was the thing about Mr. Peanut and the thing about Eli Manning. And that's about it for now, so we'll see what the next day has to offer us. $50. Lucky's clearly hiding some shit. I don't know, something about pretzels and Pop-Tarts doesn't taste right. Sweet and salty. I mean, who knows, maybe it could be something. As I'm coming home from work, I got my package from eBay came today. And continuing what I was saying on Saturday, because I thought I got it on Saturday, I found this in another Movie Stop video that I did a couple years ago when Creed 2 came out. And I should have gotten it then, but I don't know why I didn't do it. I guess I wasn't collecting steelbooks then. But luckily, I found this on eBay, and I'm so happy I did, because this is something I've been wanting to get my hands on for years now. I kind of regret the decision to get it the first time around. It'll come out. There we go. And that is the Rocky Collection Steelbook, the Blu-ray Steelbook Edition. This has all 6 Rocky movies, including everything from Rocky, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, 4, 5, Rocky Balboa, all the special features. And I have the original version of this that came out on Blu-ray back in 2011, I believe, but did not have the Steelbook, so this is going to be the thing I replace that with. So now I have every Rocky movie and Creed film on Steelbook now. These films, and then Creed and Creed 2 on Steelbook as well, so pretty good. Feeling pretty good right now. And I have another Steelbook that I'm really excited about coming from eBay pretty soon. And 2 other ones that hopefully I can win my auction on. But we'll see what happens as the weekend goes on, because it ends on Sunday morning. So, fingers crossed. Alright, well here's my second package from eBay. But here's the thing. I'm actually going to hold off showing you what's inside of here. I'm going to open it up as soon as I'm done recording this part. But I'm going to hold off on showing what's inside of here, because I have there's 2 other sets that go with this, and I actually have an eBay auction. I'm actually bidding on those on eBay right now, and the thing ends on Sunday morning. So if I win those 2 other sets, I will wait until those sets come in, and then I'll show you everything that I got with this, because this goes with that set. But I'm going to open it up right now, but you're just going to have to wait until next week to see what it actually is in here. Well, that's a way for the day to end. I just found out that Disney is apparently going to be making a live-action remake of Bambi, which doesn't sound really all that surprising at all, honestly, especially when you also realize that they're closer to doing a live-action version of Pinocchio. They got Robert Zemeckis to close the deal, so he's going to direct that, but I don't know. Bambi, to me, is the one where I really think is crossing the line for me with these live-action remakes, because, in case you people don't know out there, Bambi is actually one of my favorite. It's not even one of my favorite movies of all time. It's my favorite movie of all time. It's my favorite movie ever made because of the great animation, the great storytelling, and the great characters and all that. And, you know, I'm not against the idea of them doing a live-action Bambi remake. I knew it was coming eventually, since they were doing it with all these other ones. And I'm not even that upset about it. Mostly because I've liked most of the live-action remakes that have come out, honestly. I've liked Cinderella. I liked The Jungle Book. I didn't hate The Lion King as much as everybody did. I liked Aladdin. I liked Dumbo a little bit, for the most part. Most of them have been okay. They haven't been spectacular or anything, but I don't know. Bambi's the one that I'm worried about. Like, it's all going to depend on who they get to direct it. Like, if they get somebody like Jon Favreau to direct it, maybe I'd be in on it a little bit. Or even somebody like Travis Knight, who we know can kind of do animation and live action very well. He's the director. He's the guy who worked at Laika. He did Kubo and the Two Strings, and then he did Bumblebee. He was going to do Venom 2. I think he was one of the people who was up for Venom 2, and he was going to do Uncharted, but then that got pushed back, so that's not happening right now, if it'll ever happen. But you get guys like that, and maybe it could work, but I feel like they're going to get somebody who doesn't really fit that. Like, they'll try to get somebody like they got from Maleficent. They got the guys who did the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie and Kon-Tiki, which didn't really end up all that good, and that's kind of my fear about this one, but it's still early on. They just announced it, so we'll see what happens, but that's the one live-action remake I'm really concerned about with these Disney live-action remakes. So, on that note, that's a perfect way to end this video. So, thank you guys for watching, and as always, if you like what you see here, hit the like and subscribe button, hit the channel button right here, and check out another episode of A Week with the Reviewing Network, and I will see you guys tomorrow for an all-new movie stop, and then next week for a Week with the Reviewing Network. So, until then, take care.